Hello everyone, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do passwordless SSH from one server to another server or one client machine to the other Linux server. Um, so I have for this demo there are two servers running into my Google Cloud platform. Is server 1 and server 2 both are CentOS server for this demo, but this can be anything. It can be an Ubuntu or any other Linux server. Steps would be same. So basically I want to create a user on server 1 and then the same user on server 2, and then we will generate an SSH key on server 1 and then copy it into server 2 and then see if that user can log in from server 1 to server 2 without using any password. So let's get started. So I have SSH running here on server 1. So I'm going to create and add a new user. Just keep in mind that for first few steps you need to have a user that has sudo access to the server. So I'm going to add user 2 and then set a password for this user. Setting password is necessary because for initial setup we have to log in to the server using password. So as you can see, this user is created. Let's see if user is able to log in to this server 1 without without any other issues. So let's see. So I'm going to try and SSH into the same server where I created it and using password. So as you can see, it's able to log in. Now we have to create an SSH key for this user. So you can see in the tutorial how to generate it. So you can use SSH key gen command, -t RSA and then -p. This is just different options for generating the keys. This is for password and this is where you want to generate it. You could also do just this command and then enter where you want to generate. So this is the file where it will be saved. This is ID RSA is your private key, and then I don't want to protect my private key with any password for now, so I'll just leave them blank. And now it's generated. So it has generated two files, id_rsa and then id_rsa.pub. so this is the private file and this is the public file. So let's just take a look at those files. So I'm going to go and change directory to .ssh. As you can see, these two are generated. Now in order for this user to be able to log in without password and using this private key, we need to create a file here called authorized keys and then copy our key from this file into that file. So what you can do is you can use a cat command. This will basically write all content of this file into authorized keys file, right? So as you can see, this file is now generated. So what we should do is we should now try out, so we can exit, sorry, not exit, but we can try out login on the same server with this same user but without using any password. So I'm going to try as user 2 on same server. It's going to just give you a warning about the fingerprints. Just say yes. Okay, so somehow it's not accepting, so it's still asking for the password. So looks like there is some issue with the authorized keys file. So I think we have to also set the permission for this file as 0600. I have to exit, and then from here so now it has correct permissions. Hopefully it should work. So let's say SSH user 2 at server 1. As you can see, it's working now. So it's important to set this permission. Okay, so this is just on server 1. Now let's say I want to log in to server 2 using the same user. So first step for that is we go to server 2 and then create that user. So again, on server 2 you should have logged in as a user that has sudo permission. So sudo add user 2, and then we set the password for this same user. Okay. Let's just make sure this user 2 can log in to the same server 2 with this password, and just accept yes. And then see, as you can see, you can log in with the password now. So we know that now user 2 is created here. So what we should do is we should now go back to server 1 and then copy whatever keys that we have generated, id underscore rsa dot pub, which is public key, to server 2, and then it should be able to log us in without asking password. And the step for copying this key on other server is this. So we use this command called SSH copy ID and copy this public key file on other servers. I'm going to copy this command and run it on server 1. So user 2 at server 2. So what I'm doing here is copying this id underscore rsa dot pub, this public key file, on server 2 for the same user. Just say yes. So just for this time we have to enter password so that it can copy this file. Okay, so as you can see, it's showing you message number of keys added 1, so that means the key was added successfully. Now we exit from here. Should be logged in as user 1. So yeah, so now when we do SSH from server 1, sorry, this is the old user. I should be using the user 2. So I have to do sudo su user 2. User 1 I created before just for my testing. So from user 2, now when we do SSH to server 2, user 2 at server 2, it should log us in without asking password, right? So I guess that's about it. That's how you do passwordless SSH.